Adrian, what do you surmise from that?
Yeah, pretty happy. I think we got out of it exactly what we needed. Everyone got a little bit of time, and the best part about it was we got through injury-free, and everyone got a run. So had a win at the end of the day. That wasn't the most important thing for the day, but a win's always a good result as well.
Something's just been there and has really praised the starting middles. He said he thought that was where the game was won.
Yeah, I thought everyone went pretty good, really. No, but that's what everyone expects for your first game back. So we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but I feel like we're in a pretty good place. We'll see how we go in 2 weeks' time, but that was certainly what we needed tonight.
And certainly compared with last season, where at times you was struggling for numbers, admittedly.
Yeah.
It just seems you've got an abundance of them tonight.
Yeah, I think the first 6 weeks last year, as a new group and squad, I think we recruited 15 players last year to come in, and we've done 10 this year, so we're still in a place where players are learning. So we're only going to get better during the season. But I thought tonight was a really physical start to the game. I thought both teams went at it, which was really good, and we got out of it what we needed.
There were some good signs as well, weren't there, for the second half, and players that you'd be hoping, I suppose, could come in and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, I couldn't put my finger down really to who stood out in that first half, but I thought Asiata, Pape, Moylan, Lam, Gaz O'Brien, that spine part, I thought they were pretty good for us. I thought second half, we saved a couple of tries as well through Yamila Hanley and Jack Derbyshire, and Ken Brand did some good stuff, and it's some of the young players that has been in our system now for 2.5 years has certainly taken that step up, and probably in a position to put pressure on the players in front of them.
It must be nice to be in that sort of position, because I know it's something that you have been building for, isn't it, really, for a while now.
I think around 8 or 9 players made their debut for the club tonight. I think Matty Moylan scored his first try for the club, which is good. And Ricky Latelli played after missing a lot of last year, a lot of the back end of last season. John Asiata was back as well. He missed a fair bit. Zach Harnaker missed a fair bit at the end of last year. So having all of those players, it seems like we've got a couple of new recruits. So that's certainly freshened us up.
And it's a good job you mentioned Ricky Latelli there, actually, because he was particularly strong in that first sort of 25 minutes. It must be like getting a new signing back.
It is. He missed a lot of the season last year, and sadly, from just before the Challenge Cup, we missed him for about 3 months. So. He's a real big part of the way that we want to play, both in attack and defence, and there were some good signs from him tonight.
And it's no mean feat from what he's come back from as well, with the surgery as well, because that can go either way sometimes.
It can do, but I think medical have done a really good job on getting him on playing. Owen Trout coming back from a knee reconstruction. There's a couple of players that have had injuries in the off-season operated on, so it was nice to see them get through tonight too.
You also mentioned Matty Moylan. I know he's a player that you tracked for some time before he was able to sort of get into comfortably.
Yep.
What do you think he'll bring overall? It was a good example tonight.
Yeah, I think as the season goes on, he'll find his form. He's pretty good tonight, but I think once he understands what it's about here, I think him in the halves and with Lachie Lam will get our game together really well. So I'm looking forward to that. He's a leader off the field, during training sessions he speaks a lot, and he brings some knowledge with him. So we're going to learn a lot along the way with him, and if we can get him firing and Lachie firing at some stage through the year, that'll make us better.
I've called quite a lot of rugby league already this year and been to a number of games, and I've got to say probably around the play of the ball, from an actual playing the ball point of view, it was the cleanest game that I've seen so far.
Yeah,
but
good.
It seems to be one of those where there was quite a lot of penalties still with sort of markers.
I think the coaches are aware that that's going to be a bit of an issue it'll take a little bit of time to get right with the players. What we've been told is markers being square, you've got to touch the ball with your foot, and no late flop, what we call a flop, so the third man in on the tackle. So, and then the fourth one, which is probably the most important one, is your point of contact. I think you saw 2 players from Warrington get sin bin tonight, so that's probably we'll see a recurrence of that during the first part of the season at least, and that's a bit of a worry. We've made that clear to the RFL and the referees that we are, as coaches, are concerned about how that's going to be adjudicated, and yellow card, red card, and then suspensions. It just needs to be, we've got to make sure that everyone's on board with how that's going to look. So we're aware of what's been pushed in the sense of welfare and best best practice for the concussions and that. But yeah, it is always a concern that.
I suppose it's consistency all round that you're looking for as well, isn't it? On everything regarding that.
Yeah, it's just, you know, we'd like there to be not much change, even though there is a big focus on concussion, you know, and there be penalties, you know, yellow cards. Let's try and minimise the red cards as much as we can, unless they are genuine red cards, and minimise suspension times, because no one wants to see 11 and 12 players playing against each other each week. So, you know, as players and coaches, we're doing our best to make sure we fit within that working frame or framework, and you know, but you know, you'll see that, I guess, every weekend. So there'll be a lot of frustrated fans and supporters and players and coaches, but we've just got to get on with it.
I'm guessing as well that you'll keep an eager eye on the community game, because they're going to be refereeing the tackle height a lot more this season in that respect.
Yeah.
They'll be coming in.
Yeah, look, we've never been able or ever allowed to tackle above the shoulders and have head contact or anything like that. Nothing's changed with that. It's just, I think the ones where there's what's the word, mitigation or whatever it is involved with the tackle, that's we've got to make sure that we just get clear with everyone. So there'll be some time with that, and you know, we're all working it together.
And finally from me, you know, just a couple of weeks until the start of the season, you must be very ready to go, and on the evidence of that, so your squad.
Yeah, we played 29 players tonight, which I'm very grateful for. You know, we've got a bigger squad this year than we had last year. I think only 3 players didn't play, so, you know, got everyone some game time there. I think we got out of it exactly what we needed. I think, you know, as a club, we've got to be better than what we were this time last year, because we're 12 months ahead. We've got some good experience through winning the Challenge Cup and playing in finals football, or football finals rugby. So now we're looking at trying to improve and get that consistency as a club, and you know, that's what we're looking forward to and excited about moving forward with 2 weeks Huddersfield at home.
Thank you very much.
Okay.